Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So firstly, I'd like to welcome everyone. His Holiness Bhakti Caitanya Swami Maharaj to our first Namahata program 2022. So thank you much for coming on the Mahata program. I would also like to thank Guru Maharaj for the wonderful name that he's given us. Jagannath Prema Mahata. We humbly pray and beg for your mercy and your guidance in serving Srila Prabhupada and Vaishnavas. So thank you, Gurudev, for coming this evening. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. So, let's sing Jai Radha Madhava. Radha Madhava Jaya Kunjabi Hare Radha Madhava Jaya Jana Balava Jai Giribara Hare Jai Giribara Hare Jana Balava Jai Giri Bharat Hare Giri Bharat Hare Yashodanandana Jai Vrajajana Ranjana Jana Balava Jai Giri Bharat Hare Jai Giri Bharat Hare Yashodanandana Jaya Vrajajana Ranjana Jaya Vrajajana Ranjana Namoda Tiravana Chari Jai Kundali Hari Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jagannath, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravrajacharya Status Shishtamad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Svandracharya Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi ki, Shri Shri Nitai Gora Sundar ki, Go Premanande. All glories to their Samal devotees. All glories to their Samal devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Okay. Is it okay, Arjuna Charan Prabhu? It's all right as it is now, yeah? All right. Hare Krishna devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki. I'm so happy to be here with you this evening for our inaugural program of the, I believe, Jagannath Prema Hatta. It's really exciting. Is it a youth group or a Namahatta? Namahatta. Yeah, I was looking around. There's some senior youths. Yeah. But anyway, that's fine. So today, according to the Vaishnav calendar, today is Shivaratri, which, we are not Shivites, but we respect Lord Shiva as a devotee and as the head of one of the 4 Vaishnav Sampradayas. So he is not a man to be taken lightly. In the past, sometimes a few devotees would get carried away, and if they're preaching to Hindu people who are often very fond of Lord Shiva and who don't really understand Lord Shiva, so devotees would get a bit upset and sort of say some things against Lord Shiva or something like that. These types of things would happen. Am I right, Rupa Nuga Prabhu? I think so. I think it happens sometimes. But we don't need to get into that sort of state of mind because as we read here on Sunday, Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu, Lord Shiva is the greatest Vaishnav, or at the very least, he's a very great Vaishnav. But we just have to understand him for what he really is. Like Bhagavad Gita as it is, so Lord Shiva as he is, and not some concocted idea or just some idea that our parents or grandparents had, but really authentic. Who's Lord Shiva? What is Lord Shiva? So we talked more about that the other day on Sunday. That was nice. I hope you found it a little interesting. And I thought this evening we could say a couple more things, which they're interesting pastimes, actually. And they also help us to appreciate Lord Shiva as a devotee. It's important. It's really important to understand things properly. Otherwise, you can get really sort of mixed up. So first of all, I'm going to tell you the story of Lord Shiva as Gopishwar. You know that story? You know the story? Do you want to tell it? So we'll tell the story of Lord Shiva as Gopishwar. And in that regard, we'll begin by reading a verse from Sankalpa Kalpadruma of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in which he prays as follows. Just bear with me for a second. Vrindavana Vani Pate Jaya Soma Soma Mole Sanandana Sanatana Naradedya Gopishwara Vraja Vilasi Yugangri Padme Prema Prayachcha Nirupadi Namo Namaste. Is that a devotee there? Is he one of the assistants of the cooks coming from the kitchen to take a break? Okay, so the translation there. O gatekeeper of Vrindavan, O Soma, all glories to you. O you whose forehead is decorated with the moon, Soma. That's his relationship with Soma. And who is worshipped by the sages, headed by Sanandana, Sanatana, and Narada. O Gopishwar, desiring that you bestow upon me limitless love for the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Madhava, who perform joyous pastimes in Vrajadam, I offer my obeisances unto you again and again. So that's a nice verse, isn't it? That's a nice verse. Gatekeeper. Among other things, he's gatekeeper of Vrindavan and like gatekeeper to the pastimes. You want to enter the pastimes? Well, you need to get the mercy of Lord Shiva as Gopishwar. In fact, just as a general point, don't be frightened. He won't bite you. Oh, he got him. Just a general point. It is said that in Vrindavan there are 5 particularly merciful people who help you to enter Vrindavan. So one, let's see if I can remember them. One is Govardhan. One is Vrinda Devi. One is the Yamuna. One is Tulsi. And one is Gopishwar. Gopishwar Mahadev. Did I get that right? Anyway, it's something like that. Oh, no, wait. One is the dust. One is the dust. So let's get it right. One is Vrinda. One is the dust. One is Gopishwar. And who are the other 2? Huh? Yamuna and Govardhan. Okay, there you go. So Gopishwar, Shiva is one of them. And he's very special personality. And we should pray to him. And tonight, is just a really nice time to pray to Gopeshwar. Please help me to enter Vrindavan and really enter the mood of Vrindavan. So the story is like this, that Lord Shiva, of course we all know, Lord Shiva is a very enthusiastic dancer. Oftentimes when you see deities or little sort of deity type things of Lord Shiva, he's dancing as Nataraj. Nataraj means the king of dancers. So he's really into dancing. And when Lord Krishna was here 5,000 years ago, then at least after a little while, not right in the beginning, but after a few years, Lord Krishna started his rasa dance pastimes. And they are the most beautiful of all his pastimes. When the 4 special characteristics of Lord Krishna are explained in Nectar of Devotion, 4 special characteristics which distinguish him from even Lord Vishnu. Well, one is his beauty. A second one is his just incomparable flute playing. And another one is that he is surrounded by devotees. Not just surrounded by devotees, but surrounded by devotees who have a higher level, much higher level of love for God than the devotees of any other form of the Supreme Lord. But then the fourth one, we lost it. Haribol. How could it happen? Oh, no. It's okay. Just needed a whack. Everybody needs a whack every now and then to wake them up. Somehow I knocked it. So his beauty, his flute playing, surrounded by the topmost devotees, and then he performs the most amazing pastimes, more amazing, more wonderful than the pastimes of any other form of himself, like Vishnu, Narayan, and so on. Yes, and when that point is made, then particularly the rasa dance, of all the pastimes of Lord Krishna, the rasa dance is the very, very best. So Lord Krishna was here then 5,000 years ago, and Lord Shiva was watching the Lord's pastimes, as were so many demigods and great people, from up in the higher realms of the universe. So they're all watching, and Lord Krishna started with his very early childhood pastimes, and then he started walking, and his pastimes developed to some degree, and then he started herding the calves, So his pastimes became even nicer, and then on, till he reached the Kishore age, which is in the vicinity of 16 or so, roughly. I mean, it's a little complicated subject, but effectively the age of 16, Kishore age, and then he started the rasa dance. And that rasa dance is just the topmost, the sweetest, the most beautiful, where the deepest exchanges of love take place. So Lord Shiva's watching, and sure enough, going through the pastimes as they develop, and he's really fascinated. But then the rasa dance began, and he just lost control. He just became overwhelmed. And because he's a great dancer, Lord Shiva thought, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to get into the dance. Me, Krishna, the gopis, yes. So down he went, and he landed in a place, or just next to a place, called Sarovar. Sarovar. Sarovar means lake, and Man actually refers to the transcendental anger of Srimati Radharani. When Krishna becomes a little mischievous and, sort of teases her or something like that, then she, transcendentally, it's all completely transcendental, she gets a bit angry. And when she gets a bit angry, then she often goes to that place to cool off a bit, to Mansarovar. It's a very nice place. Come with us. We're going in December. Come with us. We'll take you there. It's nice. Yeah, so when Krishna gets a bit angry, like, for example, I'll give you an example. Lord Krishna, he wasn't teasing at all. He was trying his best to be nice. Lord Krishna met with Srimati Radharani one evening over near Varshana, and it was a full moon night, and Lord Krishna is with Srimati Radharani. It's the evening time, and Lord Krishna thought, I would really like to glorify Radharani, appreciate her, and express it nicely so she becomes pleased with me. So he thought, what am I going to say? What can I say which will please Radharani? He's looking around. Then he saw the full moon. And he thought, aha, I have it. So he turned to Srimati Radharani and said, Srimati Radharani, you are so beautiful. Your face is just so beautiful. Your face looks like the full moon. And Krishna sort of patted himself on the back, kind of thing, thinking that, hey, that was a good one. She's going to be so happy now. So, but Radharani, she heard this, and she thought, gosh, really, like the full moon, what's he getting at? And she looked up at the full moon, and you know what she saw? The moon, the full moon, had spots on it. If you have a look at the full moon sometime, you'll see that. It had spots on it. And she thought, she's saying, I've got a spotty face. Wow. And she just walked away in a huff, with Krishna running after her, saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I meant, something nice. So like this, sometimes man or transcendental anger comes up. In the past times, she's not really angry as such, like we may get angry. I mean, we've all got angry sometime. So you know what it means. If someone steals your samosa on the Sunday feast, oh my gosh, they'd better watch out. So Lord Shiva landed by Mansarovar, this lake. And so, okay, here we are, I'm in Vrindavan. Which way to the rasa dance? Because rasa dance takes place on the other side of the river. So anyway, he's looking around thinking, okay, what now? What do I do? And who should come? Who should just walk up to him but Purnamasi? Purnamasi, who is the presiding deity of the pastimes. She is Yoga Maya in Vrindavan, managing the pastimes. Yeah. So she just suddenly appeared on the scene there because she knows what's going on all over. Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi Shri Shri Nitai Gaura Sundar Ki Jai. Right, so Purnamasi, yeah, she can just move around at will, just on the basis of desire. She can go from one side of Vraj Mandala to another, just like that. And she knew, of course, that Lord Shiva's coming. And so she arrived there, and she asked him, so what brings you here? And Lord Shiva said, yeah, I'm going in for the rasa dance. That's what I'm doing. I'm really I really want to get into it. He was really excited. But then Purnamasi said, there's one problem with that idea. The problem is that Krishna is the only male in the rasa dance. Everyone else is the gopis. So, sorry, you won't make it. And she saw Lord Shiva became so disappointed. Oh, gosh, I've come all the way, and you're telling me I can't take part in the rasa dance? Oh, no. So Purnamasi became compassionate on Lord Shiva. Because that place, Mansarovar, it's a place of compassion. I mentioned Man, the anger. Radharani comes there sometimes when she's feeling transcendently angry with Lord Krishna. She comes there, and then Krishna knows she's angry. Where's she going to go? She's going to go to Mansarovar, so he goes there. And in the main temple, sort of main temple, but the one temple there, it's just a very small place, very, very small, but with this beautiful lake. So, in the main temple, there's a beautiful painting of Lord Krishna. He's very humble. and he is massaging the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani to pacify her. This is what happens at Mansarovar. So it's a place of mercy. It's a place where even Lord Krishna gets the mercy of the devotee. So Purnamasi Devi, she felt compassionate on Lord Shiva. And so she said, you know what? I can arrange for you to enter the rasa dance. The thing is, I will have to give you a female form, because Krishna's the only male in the rasa dance. So I'll give you a female form. And Lord Shiva, he was so eager, he didn't even think about it. He just said, right, let's go for it. And she dipped him in Mansarovar. She dipped him in the lake, and he came out in a female form as Gopeshwar Shiva. Such a famous personality in the Vraj Mandala. So he came out like that, which was good. You know, now he's in a female form. But Lord Shiva, as Lord Shiva, he's a really big man. He's a really big man. So Gopeshwar, in his form as Gopeshwar, Lord Shiva was a really big girl. And not just like a really tall girl, but really, like a tough Mataji. You'd have to really watch out what you say to her. Otherwise she'd give you a what happened. Yeah, big, muscular girl, like a bodybuilder type, really. But still with the cobra around the neck, the ashes of the cremated bodies over the body, and some scorpions, and the Ganges coming out of the head, all these things. But he didn't think, or she didn't think, that, maybe we need to do something about these things. Gopeshwar just went for the rasa dance. And sure enough, Gopeshwar arrived at the starting place, because that dance goes all around for kilometers, dancing and dancing around and around. Yeah. So Gopeshwar went to the starting place, and sure enough, everyone was assembling. All the gopis were assembling. Krishna had not arrived yet, but the gopis most of them were there, and the rest were coming almost there. So here comes Gopeshwar. Here I am. Rasa dance, let's go. And the gopis, they are just the most beautiful and the most cultured of young ladies. And here's this big, strong Gopeshwar. And so the gopis looked at Gopeshwar like, okay. So a group of them surrounded Gopeshwar and said, who are you? We haven't seen you here before. What's your name? And Purnamasi had not given Gopeshwar a name. This name Gopeshwar kind of manifested later. So they asked, what's your name? Who are you? And Gopeshwar could not say that, well, I am Shiva actually, because it would have just been too strange. So Gopeshwar, what is your name? Gopeshwar said, oh, my name? You want to know what is my name? You mean what people call me? Is that what you mean? Yes, that's what we mean. What's your name? And Gopeshwar said, oh, yes, name. Yeah, of course I've got a name. Yeah, obviously I've got a name. But I'm just so excited. I can't remember my name. And the gopi said, you can't remember your name? What is this? But the gopi said, all right. Then what are the names of your parents? And Gopeshwar said, parents? You mean parents? You mean like mother and father of me? Is that who you mean? And the gopi said, yes, that's what we mean. And Gopeshwar said, well, look, I don't know. I just call them mum and dad. I don't really know their names. And the gopi said, oh, you don't remember their names also. We understand. And then the gopi said, all right, no problem. Just tell us, where do you live? Which village here in Vrajamandala, the greater Vrindavan area, where do you live? Which village do you live in? And Gopeshwar said, oh, you mean, where do I live? Yes. You mean, which village? Yes. He said, well, I don't know. You know that village? You know that village? You just go around that way, and then you go that way, and then you go the other way, and then you go another way, and it's just around the back there. You know that village, right? And the gopi said, listen, what's the name of the village you live in? And Gopeshwar said, I just call it home. Oh, you don't know the name of the village where you live also. What do you know? And then the gopi said, listen, what is that snake doing around your neck? And Gopeshwar said, oh, you mean the snake? Yes, that's what we mean, the snake. And Gopeshwar said, oh, no, he's house trained. He's a pet. He's very nice. You can pat him. And the gopi said, oh, okay, he's a friendly cobra. That's nice. And what about those scorpions on your body? What on earth are you doing with scorpions on your body? And Gopeshwar said, yeah, well, they're pets also. They're very friendly. They're very nice. And the gopi said, but now what is this white powder sort of stuff you got all over your body? It looks like the ashes of cremated human bodies. What is it? And Gopeshwar said, oh, that, of course. Latest cosmetic. It's the thing today. It's the rage, the latest. Oh, really? That's nice. And what is this fountain of water coming out of your head? Whoa! And Gopeshwar said, oh, yeah, that's just fantastic. That's wonderful. Keeps me cool in the summer. You must get them for yourselves. And the gopi said, oh, yes, of course, we must get them also. Oh, yes, how nice. And then the gopi said, listen, you are too weird. So, you know what we're going to do? We are going to beat you up and teach you a lesson. Yeah. They're just about, because you've got to watch out for the gopis. They may be very beautiful. They're the most beautiful. They may be very cultured and, so nicely behaved. But don't underestimate them. They are tough girls. So they're just about to kind of come in on top of Gopeshwar when Purnamasi arrived. Again, Purnamasi came and said, listen, gopis, because Purnamasi, she's highly respected. She's the most respected person in Vraj Mandala. And whatever she says, everyone accepts. So she arrived and she said, wait a minute, gopis, don't hit this girl. I know her myself. I know she's a little unusual, but she's a very nice girl. So please don't beat her up. She wants to join the rasa dance. And the gopis said, well, if you say, we will not beat her up. But she is not coming into the rasa dance. She is just too strange. So Purnamasi said, all right, if that's what you want. But I tell you what we'll do. Let us have this gopi stand just on the edge of the rasa dance. She can be the bouncer. Security. You can see she's a big, strong girl. She'll be the bouncer. And the gopis agreed, all right, she can stand just over on the side so she can watch, but not take part. And she can keep all the undesirables out. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati explains that at the rasa dance, Vrinda Devi is the ticket collector. She checks you out. She has to see, who are you? Are you, suitable here or not? And if anyone comes who is not qualified, then Vrinda Devi hands them over to Gopeshwar. And Gopeshwar gets them to go. So this is Gopeshwar Shiva And there are some places, not many, but there are some in Vrindavan, particularly just near the Gopeshwar temple, just around the back about 50 meters or something, is the, what is it? It's Vangsi Vat. Vangsi Vat. It's the tree, the Vat. Vat tree means banyan tree. Vangsi Vat. Vangsi means the flute. It's the tree under which Lord Krishna played his flute to call the gopis for dancing. And at that place, they have a little shrine for the rasa dance, and there's a nice painting in it of the rasa dance. And on one side, on your right-hand side, when you're looking at the picture, you can see Gopeshwar. Gopeshwar is there on the side. And they've got around the walls, and it's a bit complicated, but in the corners, the four corners of the walls, they have deities of different people. And one of them is Gopeshwar. It's small, probably like this size or something, but it's Gopeshwar. And in the painting, nice painting, Gopeshwar is there. So this is Lord Shiva in Vrindavan as a devotee. Then, I think we've got another 10 minutes, do we? Or something. Anyway, something like that. Is that okay? Because I want to tell you at least briefly another story about Lord Shiva. This is Lord Shiva in Mayapur. Lord Shiva in Mayapur. Yeah, at least, anyway, he's sort of partially in the story. One time, long ago in Satya Yuga, in Kailash, Lord Shiva was there with Parvati. And one day, Parvati saw that Lord Shiva, he was chanting a mantra she had never heard before. And it was just a one-word mantra. And he was in incredible ecstasy, chanting this mantra. And you know what the mantra was? Don't say Hare Krishna, because it wasn't. The mantra was Gauranga. 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 And he was just completely out of control in ecstasy. And Parvati's watching this and listening. And she was also feeling moved by the mantra, but she didn't know, what is this? Gauranga, what's going on? So after a little while, Lord Shiva sort of cooled down a little, and so Parvati asked him, what is this mantra? Gauranga, Gauranga, what is it? Who is this Gauranga? I've heard you chant Hare Krishna so much and you become blissful. But now this is something else, and you've become even more blissful. So please tell me, who is this Gauranga? So then Lord Shiva explained that in the Kali Yuga, Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani, they appear in this combined form as Lord Gauranga. in Mayapur, in the Mayapur area. And this Lord Gauranga, he's completely intoxicated in love for himself and just spreading it and giving it and just sort of drowning people with love for himself, combined form of Radha and Krishna. So, I am waiting for that, Lord Shiva said. I'm waiting for that. When that time comes, I'm going to go there and get his association and chant with him down in Mayapur. So Parvati, hearing about this, she thought, I'm just going to go to Mayapur right now. I'm not going to wait for Kali Yuga. I'm just going. So she went to Mayapur. And there in Mayapur, in one part, of the Navadvip area, she sat down and she just started chanting, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. And Lord Gauranga appeared in front of her, and she just fell on the ground. He looked so beautiful. The description is, his complexion was like molten gold. He had long arms, wavy hair, and beautiful limbs. He was wearing a long dhoti, folded thrice, and from his neck swung a garland of flowers, which was very attractive to behold. In a voice choked with love, Lord Gauranga said, O Parvati, why have you come here? So then Parvati fell at the lotus feet of Lord Gauranga and explained to him what had happened, that my husband, Lord Shiva, he was chanting and chanting. He was in such ecstasy. I've never seen anything like it. And he told me that you are just the most merciful. And when Kali Yuga comes, he's going to come here and be with you. But then I thought, Parvati said, I thought that I must come down now because I need the mercy. And Parvati explained, it's a very interesting and important point, that you are the deliverer of the fallen, and I am the most fallen, because you will not come near me. You keep me at a distance, because she is Durga. She's the presiding deity of the material nature. She's the person who keeps the conditioned souls trapped in the material world. So she told Lord Gauranga that normally you will have nothing to do with me. You keep me at a distance because I'm just material. And what is my service to you? Trying to drag people away from you. That's my service. What sort of service is that? So, you've got to give me some mercy. You've got to help me to get out of this horrible, horrible position. Otherwise, I have no hope. So then, Parvati took some dust from Lord Gauranga's lotus feet and put it in her simanta. Simanta, the parting in the middle of the head. She put some of the dust in her simanta, the parting of her hair. And from that time, that part of the Navadvip area is called Simantadweep. Yeah. So then, Lord Gauranga was very pleased with her, and he said, listen to this. You are my energy. You are not separate or different from me. My one energy has two forms. In the spiritual kingdom, my original energy has one form as Radharani. But for carrying out the activities of the material world, she expands as you. And without you, in your form as Yoga Maya, in Vrindavan as Purnamasi, here in Navadvip as Prodha Maya, my pastimes would not be complete. So in this way, Lord Caitanya, Lord Gauranga accepted Parvati as a devotee, gave her a place there, and right next to her is the temple of Kshetrapal Shiva. So Lord Shiva's there. Kshetrapal means the protector of that, the sacred Dham. So, therefore, Parvati there is known as Simantani Devi. Simantani Devi. And that's in Simantadweep. And in Mayapur itself, she's called Prodha Maya. And Kshetrapal Shiva is there with her in Mayapur. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ke. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ke. Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ke. Go Premanande.